Hi, good morning. Let us continue the explanation of laser action. Previously, we explained about what is the condition that required to get the laser rays were explained by the help of deriving the relation of Einstein coefficients. The Einstein coefficients will help, the condition of Einstein coefficients will help to produce the laser rays. And before to that, there is very important process that is required is called as a population inversion. Let us see in this session about the population inversion and laser action, requirement for laser action. The population inversion is the process of getting more number of atoms in the excited state than the lower state. Generally, in the material, the number of atoms or electrons present in the excited state is less than the number of atoms or electrons present in the ground state. But the reverse to the general condition is called a population inversion condition. So that usually the system contains number of atoms N1 present in the ground state is larger than the number of electrons or atoms present in the excited state. The process of making number of atoms present in the excited state is more than the ground state is called as a population inversion condition. This population inversion condition is shown in this diagram. This is normal population where excited state has less number of electron and the ground state has more number of electron. Population inversion state is shown in this diagram. The population inversion contains more number of electrons present in the excited state, less number of electrons present in the ground state. This process, population inversion process, is obtained by supplying various type of energies. Depending upon the supplying of various types of energies, we have various types of absorption process. The process of absorption of optical energy or light energy that is called as optical pumping. The second one is population inversion is getting by means of supplying electrical discharge method. This is called electric discharge absorption. The second one is an inelastic collision of atoms. There is a creation of a number of electrons are get collision with and more number of atoms are reaching higher energy state, that is called inelastic collision of atoms. The fourth one is chemical reaction. Some of the chemicals are selected to get the more number of atoms present in the excited state, that is called chemical reaction process. The next one is direct conversion. Direct conversion means by means of heating or any method we can convert the electrons from atoms from lower energy to higher energy. This process is called this type of various population inversion conditions are getting by means of absorption of various types of energies. And what is the basic requirement for the production of laser? The production of laser is happened only when the middle state to the excited state and the ground state, there is one middle state is formed in specific materials. That middle state contains more lifetime than the higher excited state and the lower state. The excited state lifetime is 10 power minus 7 seconds and the lifetime of middle state is 10 power minus 3 seconds. In this condition, the lifetime is less than lifetime is more than the excited energy state. Hence, the number of electrons present in this metastable state is very high than the ground state as well as the excited state. This metastable state will satisfy the population inverse condition and will suitable to get a stimulated emission process. The laser action is done by means of these steps. The first step is pumping process. First, select any material which is suitable to the exciting process of the electron, more number of electron to the excited state, that is called pumping. The pumping process may be various types depend upon the material, and here there are various materials which are using to the laser action is ruby laser where it is adapted with the optical pumping, and helium neon laser is adapted with the electric discharge. Semiconductor laser is attached with the direct conversion. CO2 laser is mechanism related to chemical reaction. So the pumping process is nothing but the process of jumping the atoms from lower energy to higher energy state to satisfy the population condition. And the second condition, where once you are getting population inversion condition by means of creating metastable state, and if the metastable state is there, we can supply the photon energy to produce the stimulated emission process, and hence the stimulated emission process is taking place. And the stimulated emission process is multiplied by the process of amplification, and that is done in an active media. And say this, the 4 steps are required. The first one is absorption process, the population inversion. The next one is stimulated emission. The next one is amplification process. These 4 process will result the laser light. For laser light, these are the 3 basic parts required. One is active media, which is nothing but energy levels can be received by this material or by this gas, and thereby it supplies the transition from higher energy to lower energy. For example, the active media is ruby laser in the case of ruby laser, and chromium ions in the case of helium ruby laser. Chromium ions are the active laser particles, and in helium neon laser, helium particles are the active particles. Energy source is nothing but what type of source is applying to get the population version. Optical source. And optical cavity, that means it is a resonating block where the laser action is completely taking place in that enclosure. That enclosure is called as the optical activity, and this is the basic requirement for all the things. This is laser system, what you are showing. Laser medium is present here, and this is the mirrors where it is reflecting, and this is the pumping system, and this is the cooling system. This is the general arrangement for any laser production. Thank you.